Bubble gum. Corn-flavored bubble gum. My favorite.
April Valley is as good as mine.
You see, it was magic bubble gum, guaranteed to seal the lips of an alarm clock rooster. Those bubbles, cock-a-doodle-dooed so far away, Peter never heard them. He slept on and on and on all through Easter Day. Now, nobody wanted an egg from an unpleasant old bunny like Irontail. As a matter of fact, though he tried all day long, he was only able to give away one single egg. However, since Peter slept through Easter and didn't deliver any eggs at all, Irontail won. And he now ruled April Valley.
Every tulip that needs tending will get a proper bending, and jelly beans will rot upon their heaps. All the hens who are expecting will get no more protecting, for in spring the Easter bunny always sleeps. And from this time forward, all Easter eggs shall be colored a shade of mud and new concrete. Instead of chocolate bunnies and chicks, I commission the candy sculptors to make tarantulas and octopuses. And I hereby declare an end to Easter bonnets. From now on, there will only be Easter galoshes. I need lots of peace and quiet, and Easter won't deny it. Every spring, the Easter bunny always sleeps.
Peter Cottontail, who realized that his bragging and irresponsibility had let everybody down, left April Valley in disgrace.
But I'll make it up somehow. I'll make it up if it's the last thing I do.
I'll make it up if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, that's just what Peter vowed. Remember?
I'll make it up if it's the last thing I do.
He walked on and on for days and days, and finally one night he could not walk a step further. But the next morning, the sun returned like an old friend back from a long vacation. And its very first rays tickled Peter's nose and awakened him. And that's when I came into the story. Beg pardon, Peter.
Uh-huh?
You're sleeping on my big toe. You really must have been tuckered out to use a big toe as a pillow.
Gee, I'm sorry, Mr. Sassafras.
Well, that's all right. It's my pleasure, Peter. Well, rather my big toe's pleasure.
Where are we?
In my garden. This is the Garden of Surprises, where I grow all the vegetables I use to make the pretty colors. It's kind of magical, if I do say so my magical self. See right over there. There's red, white, and blue cabbages as big as houses, and purple corn stalks as tall as church steeples, striped tomatoes, and orange string beans.
Why do you call it the Garden of Surprises?
Everybody asks that question. And I answer, why not call it the Garden of Surprises? I mean, I never know what's coming up. Sometimes I plant beans and roses surprise me. Why, once I planted pumpkins. And do you know what came up?
Huh? No, what?
Pumpkins. Now, that was a surprise. Well, it's always easier to change colors than to change labels.
Well, nobody will ever be able to change my label. It reads failure.
Oh, don't be so depressed, Peter. When you are depressed, it gets to be very depressing.
But Easter's all over and I lost.
Easter over? Ah, nothing's ever really all over, Peter. Follow me. There it is, my yestermorrowmobile.
Why do you call it yestermorrowmobile?
Because that's what I call it. You see, it can transport you into yesterday or tomorrow. Whereas most crafts go from here to there, mine travels from now to then, and from then to when. Meet the pilot. Antoine? Antoine? Hello, hello, hello?
A worm?
Pardon, monsieur. I hold the rank of caterpillar. We've got our first passenger, Antoine. His name is Peter Cottontail. Now show him how it all works. Oui, of course, I will do that with pleasure. You will notice, Pierre, the many switches and buttons and knobs. Eh? They're beautiful, eh? They are labeled le futur and le past. Huh? And here, of course, we have more controls to transport one to the holidays. Eh? A button for Christmas, a lever for Halloween. So, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Arbor Day, and this pretty one for Easter.
Hey, I get it. All I have to do is hop into the basket and have you take me back to Easter.
That's correct. Then you can deliver your eggs as you should have done in the first place. Win the contest and toss old Irontail out.
Let's go. To Easter, Antoine.
Of course, oui, certainement, Pierre. Good luck, Peter.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Sassafras.
But I didn't give you everything.
Huh?
If I could only get back to yesterday, today would be a perfect day. If I could only get back to yesterday, oh, the different things I'd do and say. I'd be a different man if I had a second chance. Wouldn't you? I'd make a special plan if I had a second chance. Wouldn't you? If I could only get back to yesterday. Today would be a perfect day. If I could only get back to yesterday. Oh, the different things I'd do and say. I'd be so good to you if I had a second chance. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I'd be so true to you if I had a second chance. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. If I could only get back to yesterday. Today would be a perfect day. If I could only get back to yesterday. Oh, the different things I'd do and say. Oh, yesterday. Oh, yesterday.
1,000 crimson curses. I forgot all about Sassafras's silly time machine. Well, I'll put a creepy crimp in their pathetic plans. Now you understand my plans? Now catch up with them, and by all means, play dirty!
Are we almost to Easter, Antoine?
Soon, Pierre, soon. We are traveling 100 hours an hour. Something she's very wrong with the controls. They indicate a proximity to Easter, yet, by my calculation, mon Dieu, we are coming down. Prepare for the crash landing. And because the control wires were all fouled up, Easter was lost, and they crashed right down in the middle of Mother's Day.
Happy Easter.
Easter? It's Mother's Day.
You forgot us on Easter.
I'll say you did. Oh, I don't mind for myself, but there were no eggs for the children.
And no Easter bonnet for Mom.
Well, I'll make it all up now. Here, my pleasure.
Ah, who wants Easter eggs on Mother's Day?
And wherever Peter went on Mother's Day, the reaction was exactly the same. Antoine did his best to repair the damaged time control. It works. And I, of course, sense a holiday, no?
A holiday, yes, but the 4th of July.
We are falling! This is